In this video, we will discuss how does the capacitor behave when AC is fed through a capacitor. Now, first of all, we should know what is AC, power supply. So it is power supply is represented by E is equal to E naught sine of omega t, where E naught is a peak value and omega is our angular frequency. If we want to represent graphically, it is represented as a sinusoidal. Now, if you see here, the magnitude of the alternating voltage keep on changing with time and changes its polarity after half of cycle. Now, to discuss how does the capacitor behaves, so I draw, this is your capacitor having a capacitance C and connected with the AC power supply, that is E naught sine of omega t. Now here, let I be the current at any instant. So as a result, the charge get collected on this capacitor. You know that the capacitor is a device which store the charge when connected to the power supply. So here we know that amount of charge collected across a capacitor is given by this formula, Q is equal to CV. C is the capacitance, V is the voltage supplied. So here voltage supplied is E, so our charge becomes equal to, charge is equal to C into E. Now to calculate the amount of current at any instant, so we differentiate this equation with respect to time. So it is dq by dt, C is a constant, so differentiation of dE by dt. Now put the value of E, we know that E is equal to E naught sine of omega t, so it is E naught sine of omega t. So thing which are constant, I will take it outside, so C E naught and differentiation of sine omega t, so that is equal to CE cos of omega t and further differentiation of omega t. So differentiation of omega t is again omega. So after solving it, we get I is equal to C omega E naught cos of omega t. Now, if I write it in the standard form, that is I is equal to I naught sine of omega t. Since it is not sine, so I write here with plus phi. So writing this current equation in a standard form. So if you compare both these equations, you find that here the peak value of the current is represented by this part of equation, and here phi, what should be the value of the phi, so that the sine omega t plus phi will be equal to cos omega t. So we can do it by putting phi is equal to pi by 2. So from these two comparisons, what we get, I naught is equal to E naught C and omega. So just rearranging the term, so what we get, it is E naught 1 upon omega c. So as you reverse, you get the same thing. Now further what we got here is, this is your peak value of the voltage and divided by something. The current, the peak value of the current is equal to the peak value of the voltage divided by something, that is must be a resistance or behaves like a resistance. So I'm going to find out what is this one. So here I naught is equal to E naught divided by, I assume this term is XC, where X is known as reactance of a capacitor. So here this XC will be equal to 1 upon omega c. So this term is known as a reactance of a capacitor. It plays the same role as the resistance place in the resistor. So again, the current equation, that is I is equal to I naught sine of omega t, and what is the value of phi? Here it is pi by 2. Now if you compare both this voltage equation and the current equation, you can see here the phase of current is omega t plus pi by 2. So you can see here the current leads this voltage by the phase of pi by 2. So mean to say that currents आगे आगे चलेगा और वोल्टेज पीछे रहेगा, मीन्स करंट अटेन्स द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू फर्स्ट एज कंपेयर टू द वोल्टेज. सो जैसे अगर मैं ड्रॉ करूँगा तो अभी दिस इज योर वोल्टेज, दैट इज दिस इज योर वोल्टेज इक्वेशन और वोल्टेज ग्राफ E, and this is your peak value of the voltage. Now if I want to draw the current equation, here current leads. So when the time was 0, your voltage was 0, but when the time was 0 in the case of current, the voltage is not 0, it is maximum. So I write here it is maximum. So if I draw the graph will be like this one. So this is our current equation. So here the current leads the voltage by the phase of pi by 2. See here the current become maximum but the voltage is 0. Now we want to represent it in the phasor diagram. So we know that phasor diagram consists of two axes, x and y axis, and the voltage equation is given by E naught sine of omega t. So from here you see the peak value is E naught, the length of the arrow represents the peak value, that is E naught, and the angle it is making with the x-axis represents its phase, that is omega t. So this is omega t, and we know that the current equation is I is equal to I naught sine of omega t plus pi by 2. So here your phase is more than pi by 2, so it is omega t is already there and plus pi by 2. So this is your pi by 2. So this is our current arrow, and the length of this arrow represents the peak value, and the angle it is making, that is omega t plus pi by 2, represents its phase, and the projection on the y-axis represents its instantaneous value, means value of the current at this time. Similarly, projection of the voltage arrow represents the instantaneous value of the voltage at this time. So this is your phasor diagram for the case of capacitor. Further, we want to know that how does this capacitor work or behaves in the case of AC. So we know that AC power supply is represented by this sinusoidal graph E, and peak value obtained, that is given by E naught. Now if this AC is fed to this capacitor, then what will happen? So first, initially I suppose this capacitor is uncharged, it doesn't have any charge. As you connect it with the AC power supply, so as the voltage keep on increasing, so here also the currents also increases, or current already it becomes maximum, and because of the maximum current the charge get collected on this capacitor. So charge keep on collected as the voltage keep on increasing, the charge keep on collecting on this capacitor. As it reaches to the maximum value, as the voltage reaches to the maximum value, here the capacitor has charged itself, has charged to a potential of E naught. So it means that at this particular time, that is from here to here, it has taken up the energy from the supply. It draws the energy, it draws the AC alternating current from this power supply. So now from here to here, this capacitor consumes the energy. So now as the power supply decreases its voltage, now the voltage across this capacitor decreases. So as the voltage across this decreases, but the voltage across this capacitor is E naught, but here the voltage is decreased. So now this capacitor now supply the energy, that is it supply the charges to this one was to maintain the same potential, because here the potential is decreased or somewhat less. As the value of this power supply decreases, so the potential across or potential of the power supply is less. So as it is less, but the potential, because this capacitor has fully charged to E naught, the potential between the plate is E naught. So as there is a potential difference, so it causes a flow of charge from positive to negative, and this causes a discharging of this capacitor. And capacitor discharges to maintain the value of that potential, and this process continue till this EMF reaches to 0. If the power supply reaches to 0, that is at this point, this capacitor also keep on supplying and its potential also becomes equal to 0. So at this juncture, for this state, when the power supply was less than the peak value, it supplies the energy. So it gives the energy to the battery, gives the energy. So we can see that for every half cycle, some part it consumes the energy and then give the energy. So if I draw this graph of consuming, and so here it consumes the energy for this pi by 2, and then minus means it give out the energy. For this half cycle similarly, here it will, because the voltage power supply is increased now, so now there will be a charging of this capacitor but in opposite direction. So now from here to here it consumes the energy, so it is represented by the positive part, and then for this part again the power supply decreases. As the power supply decreases, so it try to compensate by supplying the charges and to make the potential difference equal to the potential of this power supply. So with this, so it keep on supplying the charge and it keep on supplying the energy, so it give out the energy. So again you find that in somehow in so we can say that in some section we can say that the capacitor charges itself and then discharges itself, and this process continue. And for the AC, when AC is fed to the capacitor discharges or charges. When it discharges, it consumes the energy. When it discharges, it give out energy. So if you take the average of all, you can say that, so we can say that average power consumed by the capacitor is always equal to 0, because for 1/4, this is your 34th, so 1/4 of cycle it consume the energy, for other 1/4 of cycle it give out energy. Thanking you.